Hello, viewer, and welcome back to Games with Dialogue. This is episode 93 of my RPG Maker series. I've been building skills to put in the classes for the last couple of episodes, and I'm going to do that again with this one. So let us dive in. Okay, today I'm going to move on to... Well, I was going to move on to the faith skills, but again, this is just in preparation for the test playthrough, and we don't have faith classes yet. So let's go back to some of the stuff I've done already, including, but not limited to, the remove things. So for the self skills that the skill classes we're going to have, I wanted them to not only be able to remove the ability, the state, but also give themselves a little bit of immunity for a few turns. To that end, I'm going to go back to the states because I think I can do, let's see here, state, resist. I think this is it. Hold on. I need the tooltip to pop up. Completely negate a state. If knockouts are negated, characters will not be knocked out even when their HP falls. Right. So I want... Let me go back to Immortal real quick because I think... Yeah, state resist knockout. Good. Right. There's going to be one, maybe two bosses with that resistance. But I want them to have a state that makes them immune to something for a little bit. So what am I going to put here? Vaccinated? Well, probably not for poison. Immune to poison. I'm just going to put that until I think up a clever, funny name for it. Immune to poison. We'll give it the same poison skill. Well, this one. Restrictions. No, I'm going to worry about that. Remove at battle end. Remove by turn end. And it'll last at least 2 turns, possibly 3. And, okay, apply. I'll worry about the rest of this stuff later. I just want to get it out. So, if I go back to the skill, remove poison. Where are you? Antitoxin? There we are. Remove state. I can also add a state that it makes them immune to poison for a few turns. There. Perfect. That's what I want. Great. And then I can do that for the other ones too. Apply. So remove weak, remove paralyze, remove curse. I don't know. Remove curse is different because I didn't make any items, at least I don't think I made any items that will remove curse. It is strictly a faith spell. So, keeping it that way is, I want to keep it that way. Remove burn. Yeah, I'll make one of those real quick. Sure. Immune to burn. Again, I'll come up with a clever or humorous name for it in the future. Type. State resist. Burn. There we go. For 2 turns at maximum 3. There we go. And where did I have it? Where was it? Oh, I'm on it. Right. Okay. State and immune to burn. There we go. Okay. Good. Save it. And go back. There was one other thing. Well, not one other thing, but there was... Right. The healing potion. So, I'm not... The alchemist using a healing potion, it didn't really make much sense to me to have an MP cost for something that was weaker than just using an item. the item, using the item would always win out. So giving it another benefit is, giving it a secondary benefit is, makes it more appealing. Makes it more appealing to the player. Hopefully to use it. So I want to change the MP cost because I think recovering MP and then having an MP cost is just stupid. I'm going to make this 5, and we'll make this, instead of healing potion, we'll make it recovery potion. There we go. Apply. Good. And then there's a TP potion that has a, you know, I want that to cost more. But yeah, you'll recover some TP using it. I don't have it set. Oh, well, here it is. TP gain. Right. I actually want to make that a little bit higher, I think. Not much, mind you, but just a little. All right. Anything else? I want to make some enemy skills that duplicate what the player skills do. Like Slay, for instance. But are tweaked a little so they don't quite function the same. It's one of those things where I give the players, the player classes, a whole bunch of different skills, and then I could just duplicate them for the enemies, but I want the enemies to work differently than the player character classes do. Like recovering hit points or drain, for example. MP absorb, having the enemy skill work differently. So instead of the formula could be different, the amount they absorb, the variance could be different. It could crit if I wanted it to. It could also damage the player if I wanted it to, or inflict some kind of state. Yeah. Let's say MP absorbed inflicts some kind of debuff, right? On max MP. Let's say, yeah, you know what? That's not really going to make a difference because let's say it's the 4th fight in a dungeon and the player has used some of their MP. They're not going to be at max MP. So unless the MP absorb ability of the enemy drops the max MP below what the player currently has, it's not going to affect them at all. So maybe something else. MP regeneration. It could, yeah, sure. We could turn that off. How about that? They absorb MP from the player character and just, at the moment, just neutralize their ability to recover MP. Is there a way to get this into the negatives? Let me look at this. Value added to the specific. The default is 0. I could do it into the negatives. Let's say 10. I want to shut it down, right? I want to shut it down. So let's say negative. Let's say negative 100%. Sure. And that'll last a few turns, maybe. Let's see. Good. What can we do here? I'll do this. Sure. And we'll say stop MP regeneration. Again, until I can come up with a neat, funny name for it. Let's see. Restrictions. Attack an enemy. I don't know. I don't like messing with the restrictions unless I have a very clear idea. So I'll just leave it alone. Action end. Turn end. I like keeping it on turn end. Unless it's like a buff that does 1 turn, then turn end. Let's see. How many turns to stop MP regeneration? I think for an enemy, it's more devastating to do something higher than 2 or 3 turns. So we'll give it a variance between. We'll give it a variance between 2 and 5. Sure. All right. Sure. Okay. Apply. We go back to the skill. And I want an enemy version of this, so we'll copy. And we will put it... Well, I think we'll put it way down here at the bottom. 230? Yeah. I'm all over the place with... Paste. I'm all over the place with enemy skills anyways. They're all jumbled in here. It doesn't matter. Alright, so we'll call this enemy MP absorb, just to differentiate. Get rid of this. I'll have to go back and change it on the other MP absorb skill. Okay. And add a state that stops MP regen. There we go. I suppose I could remove state MP regen. Yeah, I could do... I think that would be better than... Yeah. But the problem is, I'm removing the MP regen and not just suppressing it for a few turns. So, it definitely does something different for each. I'm going to go back to the states and check this out. The way this works will be much different than just removing MP regen. Yeah, because it's just 2%. But there is a passive that I can apply to classes that give MP regen, which might change the percentage. I don't know. Removing this or just stopping it so the player can't apply. Well, that's the thing, right? If I can remove the MP regen, but then they can just apply it again. Maybe state resist MP. Yeah, okay. All right. That's good. And then they apply it on their attack. Let's go back to skills. So remove state MP regen and then apply state where they can't apply MP regen. Okay. All right, that's good. So if the character has MP regen on them, it'll be stripped away. And then they'll have a state applied to them where they can't get MP regen again until the state wears off. Yeah, okay. Apply. I like that. I'll do the same for HP, but let me come back up here, find, where is it? And then, oh, I thought I had the, don't tell me I have multiple versions of that. All right, well, whatever. I don't need to change the notes, so that's fine. Let's see. There was something else I wanted to do. Psych up? No, that grows the attack power. That's what I want. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. For the battle classes. All these extra attacks in the database that I'm doing, just modifying the normal default attack. But I can also make skills that modify the guard skill. Copy. So for the battle skills, especially, I want, we'll paste here and I'll show you. I want to modify what your default guard skill does. So I changed the default guard to give TP when you block, but I'm going to change that down. I think 10 is too much. Going back and looking through it, I think 10's too much. But it gives a reason for every character to block because it reduces damage and they get TP back. I think I want to give some hit points back as well with this one. So recover hit points. Let's see. 10% is way powerful. Let's do 5% and we'll test it out. Not right now, but we'll test it out. Okay. And then I can have a second one that does MP recover. Right. Okay. What else can we do? Resist. We could do add state, immune to poison, immune to burn. You know what? I'm going to do that. Sure. Immune to burn. And then the other ones that I come up with. Immune to X, Y, and Z. And we can make this one status guard. Sure. I can also put this idea as a shield, right? I can apply immune to statuses as a particular, legendary, unique, wonderful shield that you can find. One of a kind. Same with the hit point shield. So it doesn't have to be a guard state. But it definitely will be limited to one particular class. Let's see what else. I think the Valkyrie could also do it. I'm just trying to come up with guard changes, iterations than the standard one. Just to help out some of the other classes. Just to make them feel that using guard is a viable option on the turn without... I forgot to change that. Without making it overpowered, or giving it a little more identity in each of the different class types, knowledge, skill, and so on and so forth. Let's see. What else can we do? Gain TP, we already do that anyways. Add state. Well, other than the immunity to states, what could we do here? Immortal? I think that would be overpowered, since it basically makes you unkillable. But maybe immune to... Maybe if I separate it up, so that there are statuses that you get inconvenienced by, like poison and blind and silence, and then statuses that make you lose control of your character, like rage, confusion, maybe a reflect guard, so that when you guard, you apply reflect to yourself for a few turns. I like that. I like that idea, but I don't know. Maybe not 100%. You know, I'll avoid that for now. I'll think about it. It kind of just doesn't. It's not something I want. Taunt, on the other hand, guard to taunt the enemy. Well, I already have Protect the Weak, but it's a skill you have to use in order to trigger. Guarding to taunt the enemy is definitely a battle thing. Yeah, alright. Alright, I'll do that. That can be more than just Gilgamesh. That can be for everybody. That's a battle class. Alright, one more. Let's see here. Paste, we have to change the TP. Alright. What else? Buffing for a few turns. I like that idea. Buff your defense. Just make you buff your magic defense. Make you like a true tank. Add taunt to that. You know what? Yeah. Let's go back to that one. Add guard. Add taunt. Buff defense for 5 turns. We'll do 3. Sure, we'll do 3 turns. And magic defense for 3 turns. Oh, 3 turns. Well, 3 is pretty strong, especially for a skill that's basically just guard. But you are giving up attack most of the time, the best defense is a good offense in RPGs. But, occasionally you want to defend. So 2 turns, I think, is good for just sacrificing a turn of damage. All right. I like that. I'm okay with that. So what else can we do here? Buff. Add debuff. I'm not going to debuff the character for using... That's just a trap. Remove debuff, on the other hand. Yeah. Because I have enemy skills that will apply debuffs. Instead of wasting somebody else's MP to remove that debuff, actually, I could just not have any skills that remove debuffs and force you to guard to get rid of them. I could do that. What else do we got here? Special effect? No. Grow? No. I'm not really messing with the whole grow. Learn skill, I'm not going to bother with. And then common event. If I was going to do that, I would make a common event, but I like remove debuff. What about remove debuff from attack? Remove debuff from defense? And remove debuff from... Let's see what else. If I do magic attack and magic defense, I'm not going to bother with. Maybe agility. Sure. And that can be a skill class guard type, where they strip the debuffs off. Apply. I'm thinking maybe HP recovery and MP recovery, and make this a faith based. Yeah, I'm going to change this. Faith classes. Really, I'm thinking the paladin should get it. We'll make this 1%. Sure. Yeah, I'm thinking the paladin will get this, but maybe some of the other faith classes. Maybe it won't be too broken. Maybe it'll be nice. Let's see what else I wanted to do with elemental protection. That's right. Elemental protection on the knowledge classes. I've got elemental attacks, but I think I need to go to state in order to make elemental protection. This says the higher the value, the greater the weakness against the element. Okay. So if I apply this to the character at fire 0%, is that protection from? I need to know how this works, actually. The higher the value, the greater the weakness. Is that on the person who has the state? I think so. So I'm going to make this 0. And this will be immunity to fire, or protection from. Protection from. Yeah, because if I just put protection fire, I'm going to get confused. I'm going to confuse myself. Restrictions. I don't care about that. Removal at the end of combat. Removal turn. And we'll do 3 up to 5. So anywhere between 3 turns at minimum, you're protected from fire. Right. And this way I can also use this on very specific enemies to make them immune to different types of elements. I could actually even make a very specific state for enemies where there is no duration. Yeah. Well, yeah. For the players, it'll be this one. I want to have a duration so that they have to juggle keeping themselves protected from the element while doing other things. So apply. All right. And then we can come back to skills. And then let's see here. Add state. Protection from fire. At 100%. I guess I could also make skills that vary the value here. Maybe like a prismatic protection, right? And then protection from all the different elements could go here, but we change the percentage so that different values apply, or different chances for it to apply. If I was going to do that, though, it'd be an enemy skill, not a player skill. Let's see here. I want it to be pretty costly at 3 turns. So we'll do 130. Sure. Uses. I definitely think it should be a cane-only thing, but that's for knowledge. It's already restricted by the classes that can use it. Well, I'll use it. Sure. Maybe dagger too. Sure. So then I just come up with states for all the other protection from, and then skills for that. And maybe I'll apply a prismatic. Let's see. Ice, electric, wind, light, darkness. Sure. 183. We'll do the prismatic one. I'm gonna have to change the maximum again. There we go. Ice, lightning, wind. We'll put it right here. Ice, lightning, wind, light, dark. Am I missing earth? Earth is the one I'm missing. Right. Physical? I'm thinking I really should have made something like this for jellies. Make them less physically vulnerable. I have them, when I started making them, I just pumped their defense up higher. And that you know, it works for most things, but having enemies that have a state where they are physically resistant, or just physically take less damage, that's something I want. I should worry about it, but for now, yeah, I'll worry about it later. Let's see here. Ice, we'll do 0. Okay. Thunder, we'll do 0. Okay. Water, we'll do 0. Actually, I don't have water and ice as separate. I have fire and ice, but I don't bother with water being a separate element in this game. So I don't need to worry about that. Earth, there we go. I keep forgetting about Earth because I don't have the elementalist using Earth. Light, 0. There we go. I should have just copied this and applied it to all of them, shouldn't I? And then I could have just easily changed. I mean, I guess it's not too late. Sure. Paste, 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 paste. I'll worry about it later. All right. Apply skills, and we'll do add state, protection from all of the below. Okay. I'm doing it this way. It doesn't really matter if I change the names later. It will auto change here. the skill is registering the location, not the name. So it's fine. As long as I make sure that I get all of them on here, when I change the names, all of them will apply here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it was this one right here. Well, see, that's the problem with doing it that way, because now I don't know. it's fine. When I change the names, it'll show me. But yeah, magic, the user, enemy skill only. Or actually, you know what? I'm still not sold on whether or not I want the prismatic protection to be enemy only. Let's see here. I guess we could use defense. I'm not sold on that, but I don't really have... I'll do this one. MP cost will be ridiculously high. Like 280? Sure. With some TP cost to go along with it? Sure. Occasion, battle, certain hit, blah, 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 blah. Good. If it's going to be an enemy skill, I don't want to require a weapon. All right, well, I've got a few things I need to work on. The protection names, the guard stuff I need to worry about. I need to get that hammered down. But this was a good... I feel like this was a good episode. So we'll end it here. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Until next time, stay safe, and God bless you.